Howdy guys, making another video, and I'm just gonna start documenting and putting the crappier and G-rated versions of the miracles on YouTube, even if they're in crappy form first, and I'll be remaking the good versions later in the future. I do believe you, the Holy Spirit carries my words, and it showed it does it with me, and suggested, others who hear me and listen to me, the Spirit loves, and listens to. I'm giving you good instructions, I think, and the Spirit listens to me and helps, so there's all sorts of stuff I want to post. But I've been going through a lot of stuff, I screamed at the angels, asking them for justice until I sounded like freaking Yoda, or a cross between Yoda and a torture clock that works for God. Screaming at these angels, wishing for justice or praying for justice and that they stop harming the humans. And all this other stuff's been going on, though, like YouTube. The tree just touched my head. I mean, YouTube's been messing with the algorithm, and it's been nuts because YouTube's recommending videos. And he was telling me, like, this is my experience. Other people are going through this exact same thing, which is that the YouTube algorithm is like recommending videos to the elect, maybe, or to everyone, or to certain people. These really hurtful videos that are saying like negative subliminal stuff, that are like totally celebrating the harm of Jesus in some weird idolatrous way. And I don't know if it's like the enemy with Hellborgs amongst us, or it's real people that are misled. And so I went nuts because it hurts me when they make fun of, drinking the blood of all the hurting the saints type of stuff. That stuff hurts me. So I would get mad, and I would leave comments on YouTube saying like, stop making fun of this, it's really evil and you don't understand it and stuff, because it hurts me. But I don't judge them too harshly, but I just want to say it because it triggers me. And then, I got a comment like from YouTube saying, oh, like, you can't make these comments or else we'll ban your account. And I really don't want my account getting banned, because God really wants me to do this ministry and told me it's really important and it could help so many people. And they really are like doing divine. I don't know if humans made like the YouTube algorithm and now God's using it. But what he told me was, aliens have the power to put a spaceship above a U.S. nuclear silo and hack that, and control even the U.S.'s nuclear missile system with a spaceship easily, make it flicker, okay? With me, he showed me that like he could very easily fix the div tag elements in a YouTube iPhone from space, to help me as God accomplish, and the voice just said, you're right, and to do his stuff. And I was like, oh, you hacked the government nuclear thing, but you can't shift a div tag in an Android iPhone. So I was like, I know it's God or whatever, or it's, YouTube had really smart engineers that made these very cool lifelike algorithms. But he told me, he originally was doing good stuff with it, with the Holy Spirit. And I don't know if it's like him or the algorithm was set up that way, but it went beyond just, what YouTube was doing. It was miraculous. So I don't know if it's him controlling the div tags and helping me miraculously, but I'm trying to be obedient and righteous and save the most souls and stuff. But I don't look great, but I'm just going to document and post more because I might die young and I want to have everything online. And I'll be coming back and shaving and making myself look way cuter, and then saying the message in a way smarter, funnier, nicer way and improving it. But I did just want to get these online so that in case something happens, at least there's the crummy version of it on here. So, but if I have more time in the future, I'll be looking back on the videos and, making better ones, talking about similar stuff and adding the other revelations God gives me. But the whole idea was, the YouTube algorithm was freaking attacking me, and it was recommending videos to me of people that were like Satan or something, hurting me, messing with me. And Satan, like I have other spiritual gifts connected to like a ghost touching me and, tell me stuff, and it does miracles, as there are people on YouTube who say this. And I was the person like who thought I was sick for the first like 7 years of it, and then it started doing miracles, and the voice just said correct. So then I was like, well, now that I saw it do a miracle, I don't believe I'm sick anymore. So it's complicated, it's a whole story. But the problem was like with YouTube was that they were using these demonic miracles to really trigger me and hurt me. And when it mocks like the sacrifice of Jesus and stuff and the saints, and they find their ways to say, oh, I love drinking wine, and talking about how like, my girlfriend is in the bath with some other, alluding to evil stuff to subliminally trigger me, and doing all sorts of evil stuff with the YouTube algorithm. I don't understand how it happened, but I made a few comments and they threatened, to get me to ban my account, which I really don't want to happen because I care about this ministry and I care about helping people and being as good as I can. And it really doesn't feel fair because like their angels are really messing with me, and hurting me, and even using the YouTube, as I'm sure it is for many kids, not just in an addictive way, but using the YouTube algorithm to do like a satanic attack on God's elect or something. I don't know, and for some, possibly, and it was triggering me, and it's doing like crazy stuff to me, demonic miracles with the YouTube algorithm to trigger me and drive me nuts. And again, like mock the death of Jesus, mock Uriah, people like who, this guy worked for, a general. The general bangs his wife, sends him to the front lines, has him die. All this evil stuff, like type of evil stuff, and mocking the death of the saints triggered me. So I made a few comments, and I'm like, they don't care or understand that like I'm being hurt by this way more, and they're like trying to suppress my comments about it, and they don't even care when other people mock the death of Jesus. And it's just stressful. But I agree, I don't want to be vulgar and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm willing to really to try my best and to try to censor myself, or make a G version and save the R version for Rumble, and conform mostly to the good rules of YouTube they make. I'm not trying to go against them. I'm just saying they're limiting God. God's telling me to do stuff. They're doing all sorts of stuff that are limiting God, I would say, YouTube. But they still do a good job, and I love them, But some stuff, like the algorithm attacking his elect, like certain people not being able to say stuff, But they have their good reasons to have certain rules, I guess, so things don't get out of control. So I do respect them. But like, if God did a really important miracle that could save souls, and YouTube's like, no, because that goes against our policy, then it would be YouTube going against God to protect their business. But I don't know. And they used to not be like this at the beginning. YouTube used to be more free speechy and stuff. Now it's commercial. But the more people use it, very understandably, they have to regulate it and keep it safe because it gets so big. So, but like I said, I'm very much willing to try my best to do really well and make clean, righteous videos, teaching the stuff God told me to teach and showing the miracles. But at the same time, like they hurt me, and this stuff gets pretty real, maybe even realer than I can talk about on YouTube. But it's important for me to talk about this reality. And if you heard what I had to say, you'd say, darn, that it really is important, and they're trying to stop you from saying it. Does that sound like a plan from the enemy? And all that jazz. So I'm just making yet another vid, and God keeps making the Stan Lee jokes. And there was a girl who lived up the street there that I was friends with, Monica, who met Stan Lee once. And the other day, Stan Lee was joking with me. They don't believe me, but Stan Lee was joking with me from heaven. People don't believe me. And he goes, hey, what's Stan without the A? I was like, Saint and Satan Lee. Yeah, Stan is Satan without an A between the S and the T. Or with the A between the S and the T. Oh, whatever, Stan Lee. But he is trying to make like a very funny, he said, Marvel-like movie with my life from heaven. And he's trying to write it to save the most souls. He died a few years ago, but that's what he told me. I'm trying to do the most good. I think it's funny. So, I shall continue to try. Craig Inc. Craigslist. Philly list. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff I have to start putting on here, putting out here, even if it's crappy at first. And I'm gonna put that out, and then once I get in the groove in it, I'm gonna be revisiting or remaking the videos to actually make them even better. But right now, I'm between a rock and a hard place, and I have 10 daggers in my back, and daddy's still, trying to bear big brothers, has 10 daggers in his back and trying to help the kids be happy and do what they're gonna do. That's a whole story. I'll give you a bunch of parables of what it feels like, what loving God with all your heart really feels like. But yes, I'm gonna be making more videos to document this wild stuff because he really has been going nuts with the miracles. Now it's at a point, he told me, where like all I have to do is even pray to him while walking in the street for a miracle and he'll do one. And I don't know. I get scared because I hear the voice say, "You get punished in hell forever." And there's a car driving by. And I'm like, why would he mean that? What does he possibly mean by that? Because I'm not trying to be evil at all. Maybe it's him. Sometimes he does that. And I don't know. Sometimes he does that. And he intends it for someone else. And he's like making me say it on someone. Other times he means me. I try to figure out. I certainly don't know, why or how me trying to be righteous as possible would mean I deserve. He's pinpricking my right toe and my pee. He has a voodoo pinpricks. One of the things he does with the gift is he has voodoo pinpricks on me. But I don't know why I deserve to go to hell forever, because he told me I'm a saint, and told me to call myself Ryan Rain. And rain is about being righteous and stuff and not repaying evil for evil. And how, it's selfish for humans to hate the rain when the righteous and harmless plants need it to survive and they don't even bother anyone. So I'll be getting into more of that in the future videos, but it's at a point, like I said, where like I can pray to God for a miracle and I'll do one right on video, it seems like. So I need to go into a more like populously dense spot. I don't know. So we shall see. This is just yet another video I'm making, ranting about the ballads of Saint Ryan before he gets big.